Hi everyone, it's Olga. Welcome to BA Blog. We often get in a situation when we have to say no. It's not easy to do, especially when you have to say it to your boss or an important client. We are all afraid to say no. The typical human reaction in this situation is anger, fear, and guilt, especially when you are under the pressure. You ask yourself, what will happen if I say no? How it will affect the relationship? How can I say no? The good news is that saying no is one of the essential soft skills, and like any skill, it can be developed and improved. So let's see some base rules that will help you to deliver your no safely. The single biggest mistake when we say no is to start with no. The positive no calls us to do the exact opposite. Your no should be delivered in 3 stages and follow the yes, no, yes schema. But before we jump to schema, let's learn the most important rules of saying no. The first rule says, the more powerful no you have to deliver, the more respect you have to show. Often your opponent takes no as a personal rejection. He or she takes it as a disrespect and feels as his or her interests do not count. Make sure your no is not heard as a personal rejection. Show respect to your opponent. To show respect, saying no, you listen to your opponent carefully and acknowledge his or her point of view. You can acknowledge the point without agreeing to it. For example, I understand your problem. I've been there myself and I can't do what you want. The second rule says watch your words, tone and body language. Your tone and attitude mean even more than your words. Remember, your no delivered in low tone can signal more determination than one delivered in high decibels. For example, when your client shouts at you, you lower your voice, slow your speech, intensify your tone and say, please stop. I can take criticism, but this kind of talk doesn't work for me. If you have an issue, let's talk it over in a professional manner. The third rule says keep in mind your yes when you say no. In other words, think of the reasons that make you say no. In most cases, these reasons are the core values you protect with your no. For example, you reject the job offer because it will require you to move to another city and will take you away from your family. You refuse to deal with doubtful counterparty because it might damage your reputation. You avoid making high-risk investments because you might lose your money. Your no protects what is essential for you. Keeping in mind your core values which you protect will give you the courage to say no and explain it. Now let's come back to yes, no, yes schema that helps you to deliver your no safely. You start with saying yes. You say yes to your core interests and values you protect. It affirms your intention and explains why you say no. You explain what are your interests without rejecting a person. At the same way, you clarify your reasons to say no. Remember, lack of explanation makes no very hard to receive. For example, thank you for a job offer. It's a great opportunity. However, I have to finish my education first. Or, I don't think I'll be able to move. I need to give more attention to my family right now. You don't attack and you don't reject a person. You just outline what is essential for you. On the next stage, you deliver your no. There are many ways to say no. For example, in response to your client's unreasonable request, you say, we have a policy. It explains that your no is not one-time message, but it's a stable practice. It depersonalizes your no. In response to your colleague's request to take some extra job, you can say, I have another commitment. If you are not ready to say no, you can always say, wait a minute. Slow down. Or you can locate your no in time by saying not now, or if you need an answer right now, the answer is no. Locating your no in time leaves the door open to get to yes in the future. If your colleague wants you to do some work instead of him or her, your response might be, "You will do a much better job." You can say no without no. Sometimes no might sound provocative. In some cultures, it is inappropriate to say direct no. You can use other words to deliver the same message. For example, in response to a customer's request to unbundle the product and sell it in pieces, you can say, "Our product comes as a package." Your no remains implied and unspoken. Another technique is to reframe your no into yes. For example, "I'll be happy to help you after I complete this assignment." Focus on positive after you created a boundary you need. The final third stage is to propose your yes. Usually, in response to someone's behavior or request, we tend to say what we won't do, but we forget to say what we will do. You want the other to accept your no and save the relationship. Just as the positive no begins with the yes, so it ends with the yes. Your second yes is an intention to a positive outcome. Just as you close one door with your no, you open another door with your yes. A good proposal makes your no more effective and powerful. It shows the respect to others and their needs. But remember, your proposal should be entirely consistent with your no. Don't send mixed signals. An example of your second yes might be an offering of the third option. In other words, you invent alternative options for mutual gain. "We can't give you a job offer right now, but we can take you on training position." The other way to propose your yes is to change the timing. For example, "I'm not ready to discuss it now. We can schedule a meeting for tomorrow or any other time that works for you." You can also make a conditional offer using the if then yes formula. For example, "If you close the deal with this client, we can talk about your quarterly bonus." In conclusion, try to keep your no free of emotional baggage, such as anger, fear, and guilt. Don't be overly concerned with what the other will think. You are responsible for your own words and behavior, not for their reaction. Your task is to deliver your no in a way that it is clear, honest, and respectful, and let the person react the way he or she reacts. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope it was useful. Don't forget to check the upcoming videos. Good luck and see you soon!